Hey YouTube, thanks for coming back to my channel, Stay Forever True. So if you all haven't already looked at my other video update, I am pregnant. Yay! Hence probably the title of this video will let you all know that. So I'm actually in my second trimester, but I'm going to talk about how my first trimester went. So let's just get right into it. So the first signs and symptoms I had was sore breasts. It was like so painful. My nipples, it felt like somebody was just grabbing them and just squeezing them, and it was just like everything just hurt. Like if I would hold something against it, it would just hurt. And that's before I even knew I was pregnant, but that was like the worst thing. So what would I say to help with that is I definitely wore a sports bra just to keep everything kind of like compact and like really, I don't want to say tight, but just to keep them from like moving around and doing stuff. So definitely wear a sports bra, see if that helps you. Also sleep on your back or your side. Like I tend to sleep on my stomach, or I pretty much move around all the time in the bed. But it was one night I slept on my stomach, and I swear like I woke up in the middle of the night in so much pain. Like it was so painful. It just felt like when your arm falls asleep and you have to like move it, and then once you move it, like all the blood just drains back. That's how it felt. It felt like my boobs fell asleep. Like it was so horrible. So definitely try to sleep on your back or on your side. And if you're like running or doing anything like vigorously, like hold them. And when you give people hugs, like give them like little church hugs where you just kind of like, you barely touch them, you just kind of like pat them and just, that's it. Yeah, so protect the boobs, definitely. Nausea. So I really didn't have, okay, I did have nausea. Like, so we went on vacation, like my 5th week of pregnancy, and I was fine on the plane right there. We had flew to LA from St. Louis, and on the way back, it was horrible. It was horrible. On the way back, I felt like I was gonna die. Like I felt like I couldn't breathe. It was just so much going, like the air quality was horrible. I was tired. I was just so grossed out. I felt so disgusting, until I finally just got up and went to the bathroom and threw up. So that was like my first time having nausea, like vomiting. And then my second time having vomiting was at work. I had like a smoothie and I was walking around. I think I was working by myself. I was the only nurse on the floor. I was walking around and I just had to throw up. Like it's making me nauseous thinking about it now. But yeah, definitely. That was the only 2 times I threw up. I only threw up twice in my first trimester. So it wasn't too bad, but I did have nausea, just feelings of like just disgust. Like, ugh, everything is disgusting. Everything's nasty. Like everything stinks. I just don't want to be here. Like I just felt it. So what I would say is move around. Actually, like it was times at work where I would be sitting down like, I can't take this, and then I would actually move around and get up and start actually working, and I would feel better. I don't know if that was just, I don't know what that was, just moving everything around or what, but get up and try to move, go for a walk, get some fresh air, getting fresh air. My husband, every time I would call him like from work, like whining, he'd be like, go outside for a little while, get some fresh air, he would always tell me, drink some really cold water, that'll help. And really, like, I did not like cold water before I got pregnant. I always like water to be kind of room temperature, but now like I like cold water. I don't know why, and it actually helped. Some other things, of course, ginger ale. I can't even think about drinking ginger ale right now. Like I'm so done with it, but it did help. It helps to get like sometimes you're just gassy, like you just need to get the gas off your stomach. So it definitely helps with that. I've heard people say like eat a cracker or like a graham cracker before you actually even get out the bed, like while you laying in the bed, like eat it. I never did that, but I've heard that it helps. I heard that from a few people. Also, sometimes when you feel nauseous and just feel like nasty and just gross, you actually just need to go poop. So go poop. The best way to poop is when you sit down, like put your feet on some type of like stool or trash can and like sit up like this, like, you know, with your knees kind of up like on something, and that helps everything to actually come down naturally. I know it's gross, but hey, we're talking about the body, all right? So yeah, it's the natural way to have a BM. you know that because when you look at babies when they're like young and they're having diapers, like you see them like in a corner like looking like all weird at you, and they're squatting and they're pooping. That's like the natural way to poop. Other countries, that's how they poop. So yeah, definitely do that. Try that and see if that helps. Also with nausea, try to eat like small meals. Like instead of eating a big meal, it's gonna be, for one, like my first trimester, it was hard for me to sit down and eat a huge meal. Like my portion size has to keep going down. So definitely just eat little snacks throughout the day, or like 6 small meals versus 3 big meals and snacks in between. So try to break up your meals. Of course, I'm gonna do a whole other video about how my diet changed when I got pregnant. So make sure if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, because I'm gonna have more videos like this. But yeah, I will do a totally different video about how my diet changed when I got pregnant. So yeah, that's what my nausea, vomiting whole issue was, with signs and symptoms with my first trimester. The next thing was trouble sleeping. I had so much trouble sleeping. Like you would think that it would come towards the end of pregnancy because you're big and you're uncomfortable and just the baby just moving around doing all type of stuff, but it happened in my first trimester. I was like, this is so weird. It would be to the point where I would just wake up every day at a certain time, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and would not be able to go to sleep. I would just be wide awake in the bed, tossing and turning. I was just so uncomfortable, so uncomfortable. And also like you pee a lot during the night, so that makes it even more uncomfortable. So some things to do, I would say, is to like kick your partner out the bed. If you sleep with somebody, kick them out the bed. My husband actually kicked himself out the bed. He was like, every time I'm in here, you know, you can never sleep, you always moving around, tossing and turning, so I'm like not gonna sleep in here with you anymore. I was just like, really, just gonna leave me? But I guess it was his way of being like, just take the bed, do what you gotta do so you can get some rest. And also go to bed early. So this really helped me. If you want to get like at least 7 hours of sleep, give yourself like an hour and a half, 2 hours before you would go to bed to go to bed. Go to bed early, because that way if you do wake up in the middle of the night and you're up for a while, you're not losing a lot of sleep. You get what I'm saying? You're still getting that 7 hours, hopefully, because you're going to sleep a little earlier. Maybe do like a bedtime routine that'll help you to kind of get to sleep. I didn't do one really, probably because my schedule was really off when I was in my first trimester. I was just so busy with work and school, and it was times where I didn't even know I was pregnant and I was having issues sleeping. So, and I was picking up a lot of hours at work. So yeah, that had something to do with it. But also I would just lay there and I would just like breathe. It wasn't really meditation, but I would just like try not to think about anything and just let the breath come in and out, and just imagine air coming into my body and going out, and just trying to lay there and just relax. So try that. Of course, there's other ways to help with sleeping, like not using your phone or your TV like an hour before you go to bed, and all these different things. But I know I had issues sleeping. And I also had, this is not a bad thing, but I just had like the most vivid dreams. Like they were just so vivid. Like I haven't had dreams like that in a long time. They were really kind of amazing dreams. Since my first trimester, I haven't really had them. But yeah, they were like really intense, like, and I would remember them really well. So I don't know, maybe somebody else has dreams like that. Let me know if you have really crazy vivid dreams in your pregnancy. So another thing is fatigue. Of course, you're going to be tired as hell in your first trimester, and everybody tells you it's gonna get better, when you get to the second trimester, blah 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 blah. But when you're in it, I know, at least with me, like it hit me so hard, y'all. Like I didn't expect to be that tired. I was just like a big baby. Like at work, everybody was like, girl, you've been pregnant for 2 days, like why are you acting like this? But I was just like, oh, I can't take it. I was so tired. And I think a big part of it is I do take a lot on with doing YouTube, with doing with working as a nurse and then picking up hours as a nurse, and I was going to school full-time at the time, so, and I was just like running, like just doing a lot, and I didn't realize like that I would have to just really slow down once I got pregnant. Of course you think, duh, you're not gonna be able to do as much as you used to do, but it's like you're used to doing it, so it's kind of like when you get tired, like you're like really tired, like I don't know. I had so much fatigue, and of course like I didn't drink any caffeine. I know some women do, like they say you can still have a cup, but I was like really like, no, I'm not gonna do anything. I want to make sure like I don't, you know, miscarry, you know, God willing. And I was just like, no, I want to just do this the right way. But I know some women still say that it's okay, it's healthy, it's okay to still have caffeine. I just didn't do it. But one thing I did find out was that I was anemic. She said, you're just slightly anemic. I don't know how, I guess you can be slightly anemic, but if you're anemic, you're anemic. So that could contribute to your fatigue or shortness of breath, as well as like just stay hydrated. I realized like the days that I would just drink a whole lot of water, like 2+ liters of water, like I felt way more better, way more energized, because when your cells are hydrated, then you're able to get, you know, the oxygen through your body a lot more, get all the toxins out your body, like you just able to just do more good, and it just helps you. So if you're not drinking coffee, just drink a lot of liquids, preferably water. And then also like if you're doing something like around the house or you just got errands to run, try to just do small bits of things at a time instead of doing like going, like I know like some women, when we go grocery shopping, we go to like 5 different stores. You know, you got to go here for your vegetables, go here for your meats, go here, you know, to get like your little snacks and stuff you like, go here to go get stuff for the house. Like you just kind of just be all over the place to the point where you shop for like 3 to 4 hours. And so instead of doing that, you need to break up tasks small. Like when you're at work, try to break up your tasks small. At home, cleaning up the house or whatever, just do little small things here and there for about 30 minutes and then sit your butt down. So it was hard for me to do that, to get used to that. And that first trimester beat me down, honey. I was tired. I was real tired. I was so tired. I'm so glad that's over with. But yeah, you're gonna be tired, boo. But don't worry, it does get better. And also another feeling is just like, because it was new for me, and I didn't, you know what to expect. You hear women talk about pregnancy and all that all the time, but it's new to you. So it's times where you feel sad or discouraged, like, you know, is my baby gonna be okay? Am I doing everything okay? Like, can I do this? Just a lot. Some things, like negative things, can come into your mind, especially like the health of your child, because it's such a fragile time, that, you know, it could go bad or whatever. So it does kind of freak you out a little bit, but you just have to pray, trust in God, talk to your partner, or if you don't really have a good relationship with your partner, talk to your family or your friends, and you know they gonna get you through it, and you can get through it. If you have to, kind of like journal, write out your feelings, but really just try. I know it's hard, but just try to stay positive, try to be do as much as you can. But sometimes, you know, things just happen, and it's just not meant to be at that time for you to, you know, carry out that pregnancy. But just all you can do is try your best. But I think that that's something that a lot of women feel like. They just feel like, I don't know, not like depressed or anything, but you just kind of like all the hormones and everything, and it's just so new, and it's such a drastic change, especially if you were not expecting it. You just kind of be like, wow, like this is happening, and like, okay, all right, okay, I gotta get myself together. So yeah, so that's that. Those are my first trimester signs and symptoms, and a little bit of tips or things that I did, or things that I've heard that might help you all. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, I'm not an expert at this. This is all new to me, but or any video suggestions, let me know. And please like this video. And also, if you haven't already, check out my second channel, Your Fave Nurse B. It talks about my life as a nurse, how I went from a CNA to a nurse, and all the craziness in between. And as always, stay forever true. Peace.